A new band appears on Spotify. Within weeks, it has over 1.1 million monthly listeners. Its songs land on major playlists. Its artist page is verified. There's just one problem. Nobody knows if they're real. No interviews, no social media presence, no history. Just a ghost in the machine. Hi, welcome to another episode of AI Comms HQ. The strange story of the Velvet Sundown isn't an isolated glitch. It's the most visible symptom of a silent, sweeping revolution, and it forces us to ask a critical question. Why is the line between human and AI-generated music suddenly disappearing? And what does the strange case of the Velvet Sundown tell us about the powerful forces driving this change? So how does a ghost band get 1.1 million listeners? The answer isn't a secret, it's an admission. In an update to their Spotify bio, the Velvet Sundown officially confirms what many suspected. They are a synthetic music project, an ongoing artistic provocation. They are an experiment. The experiment is powered by a new generation of AI tools. Platforms like Suno and Udio have achieved something that was science fiction just a few years ago, creating complete, high-quality songs from a single text prompt. The process is deceptively simple. You describe a genre, a mood, a theme, and within seconds, the AI generates not just the music and instrumentation, but the vocals and lyrics as well. This technology represents a profound shift. As Harvey Mason Jr., the CEO of Recording Academy, puts it, he's seen firsthand how these tools can take a process that requires weeks of human effort and reduce it to seconds. It's the ultimate democratization of creation. The instrument is now available to everyone. But this is where the story takes a turn. Because when people actually listen to the music, they notice something is wrong. Critics like Anthony Fantano describe the songs as forgettable crap and vague rip-offs of music from that time period.
None of these songs are memorable. Don't try to remember any of them. It's just all forgettable crap. It is basically a rip-off of something that sounds like it's from the 70s, but it didn't actually come from the 70s.
Others, like Rick Beato, found that while they couldn't immediately pinpoint the issue, their children could, describing a weird sound in a voice that was so obvious. This soulless quality isn't just a feeling, it's a technical limitation. A 2024 paper from researchers at Stability AI found that while current text-to-music models can create impressive short segments of music, they struggle to generate full-length music tracks with coherent musical structure. The AI can mimic the sound of a verse or a chorus, but it doesn't understand the musical story that connects them. It creates a perfect copy of a single moment, with no memory of what came before and no idea of what comes next. So if the music itself can feel flawed, generic, and soulless, why is it spreading so fast? The answer has less to do with the technology itself and everything to do with the machine it was built to feed. This is where the story takes its most important turn. Because the AI music revolution isn't happening in a vacuum. It's a collision between an algorithm's infinite capacity to produce content and a music industry with a deeply broken royalty system. For years, major streaming platforms like Spotify have used what's known as a pro rata royalty model. This means your subscription fee doesn't go to artists you listen to. Instead, it goes into one giant pool of money, which is then distributed based on an artist's total share of all streams on the platform. It's a system built on scale, and it heavily favors global superstars who can rack up billions of plays, while smaller, independent artists fight for fractions of a cent. Now introduce a technology that can generate an infinite number of passable songs for nearly zero cost. Suddenly, you have the perfect product for this specific economic machine. As Spotify's own CEO Daniel Ek noted, with generative AI, the cost of content creation is now close to zero. This economic reality has real consequences. A stark report from CSAC predicts that by 2028, generative AI could cannibalize 24% of all music creator revenues, a loss of over $4 billion a year. It's why the music industry is now in a state of open war, with the RIAA suing companies like Suno and Udio for what they call the theft of artists' life's work. But how does this low-cost content actually reach your ears? Through a system that industry insiders call algotorial power. It's a hybrid of human and machine gatekeeping. A human creator might add a song to a playlist in its first week, but the algorithm takes over in the second, promoting tracks based entirely on engagement data. This is the system that the Velvet Sundown appears to have gained. Researchers and YouTubers discovered that most of the band's initial playlist placements came from a tiny handful of suspicious accounts, which was enough to trigger Spotify's algorithm and propel the fake band to viral fame.
So I decided to look into this a little bit further, and what I found here seems to be a collaborative AstroTurf effort. Now, I've actually noticed a few playlisters' names that pop up a lot. Notice the followers, Extra Music. It has these like Instagram profile pictures with these exclamation points, and they have a lot of these similar playlists with a ton of followers.
It's a feedback loop where even a ghost can become a star if it knows how to feed the machine. This collision of technology and economics forces a much deeper, more human question. If a machine can create a technically perfect song, does it have a soul? Decades ago, the philosopher Walter Benjamin described the unique presence of a human-created work of art as its aura. It's the sense of history, of presence, of a single human vision captured in a single moment. This is what AI challenges. It creates a perfect reproduction with no original, an echo without a voice. Academics today are debating whether AI art can ever be authentic, with some suggesting the rise of a hybrid semi-aura for human-AI collaborations. For many artists, the answer is clear. They see a threat not just to their income, but to the very meaning of their craft. Harvey Mason Jr., the head of the Recording Academy, stated plainly that creators are scared to death.
I'm scared to death. I'm scared of the effect that AI could have on music. As human creators, we now have to step it up.
This isn't the first time a new technology has caused a panic. The invention of the phonograph and later the drum machine sparked similar fears of replacement. But the scale and speed of the AI revolution feels different. It's an anxiety that has now erupted into a full-blown backlash. Across the industry, artists are organizing. They're signing open letters demanding protection, and they're fighting back in court with class action lawsuits arguing that their work has been stolen to train these models. But just as the story seems to settle into a simple narrative of human versus machine, there's a final, unexpected twist. Because some of the world's most innovative artists aren't fighting the machine. They're collaborating with it. Paul McCartney used an AI tool to isolate John Lennon's voice from an old demo tape, allowing him to finish a lost Beatles song, Now and Then. Legendary producer Timbaland has embraced Suno as a creative partner, using it to generate thousands of new ideas. And the artist Grimes has gone even further, open sourcing her own AI clone voice and inviting the world to create new music with it, splitting the royalties 50-50. They see AI not as a replacement, but as a new instrument, the most powerful and most controversial instrument ever invented. What emerges is a deep contradiction. On one hand, a technology that promises the ultimate democratization of creativity, an instrument for everyone. On the other, a system that seems perfectly engineered to create an endless ocean of algorithm-friendly, emotionally hollow content, threatening to drown out the very human artistry it was trained on. The ghost in the machine, as it turns out, was a reflection. The story of the Velvet Sundown wasn't just a bizarre internet mystery, it was a mirror showing us a future that is already here. A future where the lines between creator and code, between art and product, are becoming impossibly blurred. The technology will only get better. The artifacts will disappear. Soon, we won't be able to tell the difference. And as the line between human and machine art blurs completely, the real challenge isn't just protecting old business models, it's deciding as listeners what we're truly searching for, a perfectly optimized product or a flawed human story. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to subscribe for more deep dives into the technology that is shaping our world. My name is Carlos, and you've been watching AI Comms HQ. Cheers guys, thanks for watching.